Welcome back to GSI. Ryan Mendley, Brett Easley, and Missouri Western head football coach GSI Partridge. You draw the Bearcats again, first time in history in a playoff meeting. Your thoughts of having to go 42 miles north?
Well, I'm two versions. The first one's yay, sarcastically. Second one is you just, hey, the road goes to Maryville to go where you want to go, and I might as well do it right off the bat. And for years, we'd get beat by them and say, hey, we'll get them back in the playoffs. And I always said, temper that a little bit. But ironically, here we are. We get a chance at another game against them this year, and hopefully we'll go out and play well. And I think we're playing well right now. And if we could keep this type of rhythm going up there, I think we'll show well. But if we go up there and play like we did, 2 months ago, it'll be a struggle.
Is it different this week? Would you agree with me in saying that the hard part's over? And where I'm going with that, obviously not the game, but the hard part's always been getting to the playoffs. Now that we're there, do you sense a team that's going to be looser this week?
I think so. I hope so. We've been that way for 3 weeks, and I hope that continues. I think there's some probably pressure, undue pressure they put on themselves, but that's part of sports. Pressure is a part of it. You got to be able to handle it. The interesting thing is for 3 weeks we've been motivating ourselves getting down. Now we're getting all kinds of help. People wanting to help motivate us now. It's like they want to jump back in there and help us against these guys. Our kids will do fine.
Well, you mentioned that, and the bandwagon kind of got off a little bit. And talking to people here in the last couple days, there's still folks that think, that we're telling you this is the year, that still think, well, why do we want to go up there for another playoff game because we're going to get beat? Because they remember 42-0. Is that good? Does that work in your eyes? Do you have that chip back?
I don't care either way what they think. It's what our kids think and what our coaches think, and we feel like we have a chance, and that's all that really matters.
But your kids were hearing it too. This is the year we're going to beat them. This is the year we're going to beat them.
Well, again, there's 8 other games that mattered. There's 10 other games that mattered, and we were 8-2 in those games, and that's what got us in.
But that this is a little bit different horse.
Well, it's a big game, and it's a great atmosphere. But I think our coaches are all excited. I haven't seen our kids a whole lot yet. I know they're fired up about being in the playoffs. They're fired up about getting to go play, and they'd like to redeem how they played last time. And I don't take anything away from how they played. Northwest was outstanding that day. They played great. Their crowd was great, and it was a perfect storm of us not executing the way we needed to, and them just being better, significantly better that day.
Other than the final score that day, what do you remember?
Well, I watched one side of it last night quite a bit, so we hung in there pretty well defensively for a half. They had a big punt return that scored, that got close to scoring. It made it 14-0. We didn't protect the quarterback at all. We couldn't run the football, and then they had the big drive right to start the second half to start it, and they go up 21-0. We had 2 turnovers in a row that kind of put us out of it.
Now, talking about Northwest, one regular season loss. It was the first game of the season. This year, they've taken everybody's best shot. They've had to have some miracle wins. They're banged up as well, and they're not getting a bye week. That being said, I guess, how do you feel about going into this?
It doesn't matter. We've played them regular season every year when sometimes they're struggling when we play them, and sometimes they're banged up. Peterson didn't play against us one time. They did pretty fine without him. This year they're starting tailback breaks his leg first play against us. So, it doesn't matter. It's playoff time, and they know how to accelerate when it comes to playoff time. And I'm also understanding that week to week everything's different. Do you think Emporia State thought they were getting a wounded animal when they came to play us? We look how we looked against Southern. Those kids were licking their chops, and then they got punched in the mouth.
This is kind of a rare opportunity. You get to play a team again in a season. In fact, that hardly ever happens unless you do qualify.
Never since I've been coaching have I done this, no.
And so maybe this might be a different answer for you, and I don't expect you to go into nuts and bolts, but how different is the game plan this week? Obviously, I'm sure you thought you had a good one going in on October 3rd. Does it change very much, or?
We thought we had a good one going October 3rd. We didn't execute it very well, honestly, especially on the defensive side. And they executed theirs very well. So, and then if that Baker kid would quit making all those great catches, it would help too.
5 straight national championship appearances they've made. That's one heck of a streak. What do you need to do to end it?
We don't have to end anything. The 5 national championship appearances have nothing to do with Saturday. They have nothing to do with Saturday. Just because they've been there doesn't mean they get to win it. Also doesn't mean we get to win it. And it's about Saturday. It's about the 2 teams Saturday. I've been telling people, hey, it's 6 straight postseason appearances for us. The last 5, we've been in the postseason, and 5 of those, or whatever it is, has been Mineral Water Bowl, and the others have been playoff appearances. The problem is they've been in a national championship game all those times, and so I understand what we're facing. And then maybe that's a plus for us. Is a lot of teams that go to Maryville for playoff time, they don't have a clue what they're going into. They don't really know what Northwest is. They don't know what the crowd at Northwest is, and our kids already know. It's known. And And maybe we're going to have a little bit more following for us compared to a lot of people that go in their playoff time.
What do you need to do?
Take care of the ball, not turn it over, get some turnovers, have them play poorly, and us play great.
Sorry, go ahead.
That summed it up.
I did sum it up. Final question I guess I have, and for 12 seniors, again, this is a playoff opportunity. So, that says enough in itself. But is there special meaning for this game that these guys get a chance not only to go to the playoffs, but they get another chance at Northwest Missouri State?
Well, the playoff part, the fifth-year seniors, they were around when they were redshirted and saw the team go to Midwestern State.
Andrew Meade played in that game, right?
Andrew Meade played in that game, so he got that sixth year. He's the only kid that's been in both, so I guess that makes him a special football player. But I'm happy for him. I mean, it would have been very difficult to motivate for a bowl game. We lost to Fort Hays. It'd have been locked in the Middle Water Bowl. I think there's just been enough bowl games. It's just not as special as it needs to be right now, and our fan base, they're bored with it too, I think, and that's disappointing. But I think we've put up a consistent, successful football team every year, and these young men deserve the support that they hopefully will get.
Well, good luck on Saturday in your second ever NCAA playoff appearance in Maryville. That's GSI Partridge. That game is Saturday, 12 noon at Northwest. GSI will be right back.